China sends stark warning to Trump after nuclear-capable planes fly over South China Sea. China has sent a stark warning to Donald Trump after nuclear-capable U.S. planes flew over the Scarborough Shoal island in the South China Sea during a period of high tensions between Beijing and Washington, it has emerged. Two B-52 bombers flew over the disputed area on Tuesday. The move was soon blasted by Hua Chunying, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman. She said, "Running amok is risky. China won't be scared by any so-called military ship or aircraft, and we will only even more staunchly take all necessary steps to defend the country's sovereignty and security, to protect the peace and stability of the South China Sea region." Beijing then demanded the U.S. explain why it was sending attack weapons over the South China Sea. The spokeswoman then attempted to justify the Asian superstate improving its defense capabilities following the move from Donald Trump's military. She continued, "I hope the U.S. can explain to everyone, isn't it militarization when you send attacking weapons like the B-52 bombers to the South China Sea? Were the B-52s there for freedom of navigation and overflight? If someone frequently flexes his muscles or snoops around near your house, shouldn't you raise your alertness and improve your defense capabilities?" Territories in the South China Sea are contested between China in addition to smaller states such as Vietnam, Taiwan, Cambodia, Brunei and the Philippines. The flyover by the highly capable B-52 bombers came after U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis blasted Xi Jinping for his militarization of the South China Sea last week. He said, despite China's claims to the contrary, the placement of these weapon systems is tied directly to military use for the purposes of intimidation and coercion. Mr. Mattis stated such moves from Beijing call into question Xi Jinping's broader goals as tensions continue to skyrocket between the two nations. He went on, "China's policy in the South China Sea stands in stark contrast to the openness our strategy promotes. It calls into question China's broader goals." Fears of World War III continued to soar after the defense secretary declared America has plans to stay in the Indo-Pacific as part of a move that will surely enrage Beijing. The war of words between Beijing and Washington comes during a time both nations are battering each other with tariffs as part of a £75 billion trade war. Chief Global Strategist at Horizon Investment, Greg Valliere, insisted both superstates are currently at a real low point in relations. He noted, "I think we're at a real low point. This has been a pretty bad stretch. I do feel pretty strongly about trade, that it's going to get worse before it gets better."